Greetings. Let us continue with the part of measurement of your subgrade coefficient. The value of Ks1 for a particular subgrade can be obtained by carrying out the plate load test. For this test, a standard size of plate generally used is 0.3 by 0.3 meter in size. From experiment, it has been found that for sand, Ks1, means subgrade at particular location, is equals to K1, the prescribed value of settlement of the sand. But in case of clays, it varies with reference to length of the beam, as well as it varies with reference to the size of the plate, or varying size of the plate. So Terazaghi has provided such a relationship for a clayey soil. Ks1 for that clay soil can be estimated as a K1, the basic value given with reference to soil, plus the correction factor, which is given as L plus 0.152 divided by 1.5 L. It is given in terms of the length of the foundation, length of the beam. We are going to consider the beam as a the foundation as a here beam. So we'll put the length of the foundation here, and based on that, the respective correction will be applied to the K1 prescribed values, minimum value prescribed to us. Now, similar the way there are different values proposed by for different character of the soil. For cohesionless soil, relative density value of N, the Ks value for dry or moist state, and submerged state when the water content is there. So here relative density is loose or less, the SPT number is less than 10, then in that case 1.5 is the Ks value and 0.9 is in the case of submerged state. For medium density, ranging the SPT ranging from 10 and less than 30, 4.7 and 2.9, and for the dense the value of SPT more than 30, then in that case dry moist state 18, and for submerged state is 10.8. In the same fashion, for cohesive soil, so based on soil characters, Ks values has been recommended. So in case of cohesive soil, the relative density will be measured in terms of stiff, very stiff and hard. In case of stiff, if value of N is in between 1 and less than 2, then 2.7. If it is greater than 2 and less than 4, it is 5.4. And in case of hard one, 2 and over the SPT number, the Ks value recommended is 10.8. This all studies which I have shown here, it is recommended in IS code. So effect of the size, as I said, there will be effect of the size on the K value also. So let us say K is the modified value and Ks is the subgrade value at that particular portion. So for accounting for the correction factor related to plate, the empirical relation has been suggested here, B plus 30 divided by 2B, where B is the width of the footing, and here K value is equals to X in bracket K dash by B dash. These two formulas are recommended for two different types of soil. The very first one is for cohesionless soil and the second one is for cohesive soil. So K is the modulus of subgrade reaction for a footing of width B centimeter. K is the modulus of subgrade reaction for a square plate 30 centimeter by 30 centimeter, and K dash is the modulus of subgrade reaction for a footing with width X centimeter. So effect of shape, again K1 is equals to K2 2/3 of in bracket 1 plus B by 2L. So here the effect of shape means your shape of the footing is being considered. B is the width of the footing and L is the length of the footing. So K1 is the modulus of subgrade reaction for a rectangular footing having a length L and width B. K2 is the modulus of subgrade reaction for a square footing of side B. Means here if I want to relate the square footing with a rectangular footing, I can use such a relationship. Next one. Now we'll go towards the part of design with reference to elastic method or soil line method. In this relation, we are going to consider the soil as a elastic material which behaves, which obeys all the laws related to elasticity, like Hooke's law. This is a relationship for the deflection y at any point on an elastic beam, and the corresponding bending moment may be expressed by the equation EI d2y by dx square equals to m. We know about this equation. It is the equation for curvature. The m by EI is equals to the d2y by dx square. We learn from the generalized Hooke's law from this. The equation for shear and the reaction at the same point may be expressed as, if I take the third order derivative of this one, I can get EI equal to d cube y by dx square x cube, which equals to b. If I go for fourth order differential equation, so I will get a relation EI equals to d raised to 4 y divided by dx raised to 4, which equals to q. So where x is the coordinate along the length of the beam, where here x is the coordinate along the length of the beam, and y is the coordinates in terms of y direction. Generally it is taken along the thickness of the member. So from this basic assumption of an elastic foundation, let us say q is equals to minus y b into ks. What is the meaning of minus y here? The deflection in downward direction. It's going to be in downward direction, that's why negative sign applies here. B is the width of the footing and k is the stiffness. Means what? The shear force is directly the stress carrying capacity is directly related with reference to the stiffness and the deflection which we have. So as we know that force in a spring is equals to P is equals to K into delta, where K is nothing but here the applied K is nothing but the stiffness coefficient Ks here, and X is nothing but the displacement in that particular direction. So B is the width of the footing and K is the coefficient of subgrade. After substituting this, we'll get differential equation EI equals to d raised to 4 divided by dx raised to 4 equals to minus y b into ks. This is a closed form solution but is not general in that application. So there has a limited application in the use. Another method which is based on the same part is the elastic plate method. What the assumption here is made, the subgrade here the assumption is made that your foundation will act as a plate. So this method, in this method, the assumption that the subgrade can be substituted by a bed of uniformly distributed coils, a spring with a spring ks coefficient ks, which is called the coefficient of subgrade. The finite difference method is used for the to know the solution for the fourth order differential equation. So delta raised to 4 equals to q minus ksw divided by d, where w will be the deflection. Here the replacement is done with reference to the coordinate system, like we say for x u is their displacement component, for y v is the displacement component, for z the displacement component is w. Now here I am going to consider the deflection is along the vertical axis, that's why I will consider here w as a deflection component, the displacement unit here. So where delta raised to 4 is equals to dou raised to 4 w upon dou x raised to 4 plus 2 dou raised to 4 w upon dou x square dou y square plus dou raised to 4 w upon dou y raised to 4. Here we will consider the foundation as a plate. The plate will have its modulus of rigidity here. The modulus of rigidity will be given by the relation ET cube divided by 12 in bracket 1 minus mu square, where E will be the modulus of elasticity of that material, T will be the thickness of the plate, and mu will be the Poisson's ratio depending upon the material. So here Q is a subgrade reaction per unit area, Ks is the coefficient of subgrade, W is the deflection, E is the modulus of elasticity of the material of the footing, T is the thickness of the mat, and mu is the Poisson's ratio. This equation may be solved by dividing the mat into suitable square grids elements and write difference equation for each of the grid points, like we have done in case of finite difference method, or in case of finite element method. Means here the problem can be turned into a foolproof solution, or we can say it's going to be yield some values. The equation can be solved rapidly with an electronic computers. Nowadays it is become possible for us to analyze n number of equations depending upon the n number of section using the digital computers or analog computers. So in modern days, modern age, today in modern age, this has been converted into software which are based on FEM method. Such as SAFE is common in place, and that's why this method is now become a common for a researcher to model the mat foundation as a your rigid plate, and to analyze it with reference to the known stiffness coefficients or subgrade coefficient. After knowing deflection, bending moments and shear force can be computed using relevant difference equation, and once we know the bending moment and for shear force acting on the footing, then it's become easier as to know what amount of the rebar is required, what type of thickness is required. The thickness will be based on either the flexure or either the shear. So that will lead to the full form solution. So with this, I can say we have completed the chapter known as shallow foundation as per the requirement for module number 4 of D-Batu. So I will meet you people again through the quizzes which will start from 21st onwards on the chapter module 4 shallow foundation. So please watch the videos, have a hands-on practice through the books which I have sent to you in a soft format through WhatsApp, and practice it. Till that, stay at home, be safe, and be healthy. Thank you.